Now that I have your attention, I want to give you a focus, okay? Just play with me this game, alright? If you just imagine with me and sense what you know that you feel. Just imagine you having the best vibration in the whole star system. What would you do? How would you act? What would you probably stop doing or leave behind or let go of? If you were operating at your highest good right now, what would you keep doing over and over again every day simply because you can? Simply because you exist and you came here to be exactly that. Just your highest vibration. Would it sound different than you now? Would it look different than you now? How would you actually feel if you were your highest vibration? What would you do? I just want to make you think, because if we all would live at our best, like if we all have the highest vibration, we would not look down on each other. You would see another person as you are, and you would look in the mirror as you are. It doesn't really matter who gets to feel you, but whoever gets to feel you, you really open something up to them. You are a walking portal. You speak for God, which means you live by it. And you follow what you are, not what everybody else is, because what everybody else is, it's not always serving them. And it all starts with the way we think and what we know for sure. And if you don't know for sure, you're gonna find out. You're gonna find out who you are, regardless of what you went through. You are going to meet yourself any time in your life, as many times. You will find yourself, and you will look for you when you are lost. When you are lost, allow yourself to be it, but don't stay there. Don't be so lost that you cannot find yourself, because you're always finding yourself. And in your sleep, maybe you don't even know where you're going. And sometimes you wake up exactly what the dream meant, and where you were, and on which planet. Probably, like, there must be some grounding act which is gravitating you to the ground, into the sky, because that's exactly what you are. You are within the soil, and you are a part of the big sky, which is all of you. And nothing is without you. Everything is with you. Everything is because of you. Because you exist. And because you live. You take a step, another day. And on those steps, you meet something. And you meet somebody. And you're going to talk to things, things, you're not just gonna talk to people, because you are not just people. Okay, you're not just a human being in a flesh that's pumping up their blood. You are more. You are energy in motion that wants to be moved, to be honest. You want to be moved. But we are so moved by the solar system and the people around us and the environments that we find ourselves in. We are moved by our surroundings. If you walk on a straight path and there's trees literally on the path, you have to walk around the trees. You're gonna climb all the way up the tree, 70, 100 meters high. Yeah, they exist. And it was 5:55 on my clock while recording this. That's a confirmation. It is a confirmation. A sign of truth, of justice, of reality, okay? And the trees are already there. So how are you going to blame the tree for being on your path? Is it not a beautiful tree? Did it hurt you somehow, somewhere? Did you drop your head to it? So when you walk this path, whatever you find, see it as it is for you. It comes to you. It comes for you on your path. Even when something is stressful or chaotic, when you have control in those situations and you still find purpose and you still live with intention and you have purposeful conversations in your living, you are in control of your life. And you don't allow anybody else to control you in whatever situation. Because you know your truth. You know that you started this day right. You know that you had the best choices made. Because you stood up and decided to make the best of you and to make the best of your day. And do you want to know one more thing? When you are having your best day, which is every day, every fucking day is your best day, okay? When you have your best day, you end your day knowing that you are proud of yourself, knowing that you have done exactly what you wanted because you chose to live like the truth that you exist in. So this reality that you wear on your heart, that is the exact reality that you are meant to walk with. So whatever you put on your heart, that's what you put out there in the world. And if something has been put on your heart, let me tell you, it comes from the trees, okay? Let the trees speak for you, to you, within you, around you, but most importantly, within you, deep within you. That heart of yours, it has so much to say, believe me. Just believe me. It wants to speak to you. It has things for you to do. It has thoughts, ideas, and opportunities and options and all these beautiful things that make you you. That's what your heart wants to speak about. It wants to show to you what you are and probably what you're not, because you can only be who you are if you can let go of what you are not. Which is, if it's not serving your highest good, it's not you. And it's not for you. And it's probably the best thing to just move to another chapter. Another chapter. A new part. An Old Testament, but a new chapter. Next page, okay? Can we get another book? Like a movie that does something? I am so sorry, but this is all energy, okay? Anyways, your heart has a life, and your heart has its own spirit, okay? Nothing beats the language of your heart. Once you tap into it, once you learn how to quickly move into your heart, you know how to get out of situations more easily, because you got emotionally mature, because you understand your feelings, because you can calm yourself down, because you can get upset if you need to, you can get sad if you need to, you can get mad if you need to. And you are grateful and happy about life. But if you are not happy about life, you have to allow yourself to be a certain way, which is a fighter, which is a warrior, which is somebody who knows exactly what they're doing here, and it is fighting for their own freedom, to live in a free spirit in this dead world. I mean, it's so alive, but it's too alive, if you get what I mean. It's too alive. This one body that you have, all the lives that live in there, really just want to be free. It doesn't want to be stuck in you. It doesn't want to be a certain way, to be stuck in a physical body that's not theirs, because you take on the blood of your ancestors. You take on this energy that the people that have come before you have taken with you, and even the animals. Whole nature is what you carry within. So depending on your generations and what kind of families you come from, that is rooted in you. That is anchored in your body, and you lay in it like it is sand. And you're sand. You are the whole sand. I'm gonna call you Sandy. So Sandy really wants to move in the sand. And Sandy has already knowing of where it wants to go, because it can only be at one place. It cannot be at multiple places at the same time. So what Sandy really wants is to always follow its heart, because Sandy does have a heart. It is the vibration of all nature, but it is the energy that connects us all through it. So the heart wants to be open. And in the sand, it can be dark and blinded and so loud and quiet. And also a lot of things will live in the sand, like you never know what's coming. Anything can come around any corner, literally. And now Sandy finds a sand monster. You know what Sandy does? Sandy doesn't get scared. Sandy doesn't run. Because Sandy knows Sandy has to be at one place only. It cannot be at multiple places unless you are a god. And it becomes all sand. Sandy now is the sand monster. It is infused with it. It is intertwined with it, like you and your heart chakra. It wants to move beyond borders and limits and statements that are a block. Your heart does not want to be a wall to yourself. Your heart wants to be free and open and wild by its primal nature. It wants to have the freedom to scream and make sound and be silent when it is desired from it. You live by your heart. If you don't live by your heart, who does live by your heart? If you don't live by your heart has been stolen. If you don't live by your heart, you have left it somewhere, someplace, with somebody, somewhere, okay? Go find it. Go get it back. Take your power back. Get your heart back and crack it wide open. We're going back to Sandy. So Sandy, you know who Sandy is now, right? You know who Sandy is. Sandy is now so open because it is so connected. It's now one with the monster, the sand monster, that it can literally open 7 more hearts just by being Sandy. And what Sandy even more can do is not just opening the hearts and activating it, but also closing it. It can close it. But there's one more thing, okay? When Sandy closes the hearts, you know Sandy now, right? Sandy's meant to. Because if Sandy closes a heart, Sandy closes a heart, it actually does the opposite. When Sandy closes your heart, it might be closed from her or her, Sandy, it, whatever Sandy is, you know who Sandy is. When Sandy closes your heart or somebody's heart, some Sandy's heart, it's meant to. And it opens a lot more in the process. But if something closes Sandy's heart, Sandy is still powerful, but Sandy is also affected by other monsters. Maybe that monster and Sandy as a monster are not made from the same substance and the same structure and the same light beams and all the codes that live in it. Which is why Sandy cannot be alone. Because Sandy does know for sure that she's never alone. And she will always be a warrior who is trained to be Sandy. Sandy knows this because Sandy has a heart. And Sandy has a lot to do with that heart. Because Sandy won't live without that heart. And Sandy knows that. So Sandy always makes sure that Sandy is in tune and attuned to its heart. Because this way it can affect others and other hearts. And even if you don't know that you have a beautiful heart, you might show that. Because your heart lives for you. With or without you. With or without your awareness. You already have a heart. You were born with a heart. That heart of yours, you cannot take it. You cannot take your heart away. Your heart is literally the only thing that you must protect. You must protect your heart in the highest regards. In whatever way possible, you must protect your heart. Others will rip it off. Others will cut it open. And others will abuse it. Give a few punches in it. And then they will eat your heart. Because it tastes too good to them. And they have always had a place there. And it's good, you know. It's good that there is place for anything and anyone. What's not so good is when there is no space. Because when there is no space, you have to make space. And when you have to make space, you have to know what takes too much space. And what takes too much space, you have to do something with it. You have to either get it out Yes, get it the fuck out, throw it away, or kick it out, or take it out. Did I say that already? Maybe you delivered it. Maybe you deliver it out. Maybe you deliver it somewhere in. But it is put somewhere. Somebody has put something somewhere. And is that your responsibility? Is that your heart's responsibility? Because if it is your heart's responsibility, I clap for you. If your heart chose, to do something, to pick something up and to put it somewhere else. If you have taken something and taken out something, I clap for you. Because you are a fucking monster. You have created something out of nothing. Just by creating nothing out of something. You created nothing out of something. You did something different. You chose to have another thing. You chose to replace. You chose to do it. That's why I clap for you. You chose to do it. And if you're watching this, and during watching this, you chose something, you decided something for you, you changed your mind, you created a new thought in your mind that you never had before, I clap for you. Because you did that. You replaced. You put something and you took it and you replaced it. You changed it. You had the nerve to realize you did something for you in advantage of your future self. You chose to change. And that's why you should be proud of yourself every day. Just because you chose anything that serves you. It can be simple, it can be small, it can be short, it can be long, it can be big, it can be small, it can be anything. But you should proud yourself up. You should show yourself the pride that you deserve. Clap for yourself. Do it with me. Come on. Feel how good it feels in your hands. It's like a removal of energy. It also clears your energy, actually, if you clap around. But we're not doing that. Well, actually, we are always clearing some energy, aren't we? So clap for you. Be proud for you. Have remorse for yourself. Show mercy. And just be you. The thing is, with being proud of yourself, you build so much confidence each day. If you have one compliment of pride for yourself each day, you grow this automatically, because you're gonna see your potential and you're gonna see exactly what you're good at. And by knowing that and being that and doing that and all of that shit, you are fucking fireworks. Okay? You're an orgasm. You're real as fuck, okay? I'm gonna end this here. Red is out, y'all. I hope you got something out of this, because I always do. All right, ciao.